Welcome back. I'm Empty. This is going to be Mission 8 for Operation Persian Freedom, the Halil Valley Part 1. Looking at the mission briefing, we've got a media video that we're going to go through first.
The last 24 hours have been highly significant for coalition forces. This morning I've been given access by the US military to witness the results of what they are referring to as their now total domination of the ground and air. A domination that has come with an almighty price for Iran. As we travelled through Iranian territory north of Bandar Abbas, we passed hundreds of destroyed vehicles. Many were tanks and armoured personnel carriers, but there were also many unarmed vehicles amongst the burning wrecks. US officials told me that these were valid targets, carrying weapons, fuel and soldiers to the front line. But perhaps now for the first time in this conflict, we are seeing the scale of death and destruction that modern aerial warfare can inflict. Nonetheless, coalition forces are claiming the air attacks as a strategically significant moment, their foothold in Iran now protected. Coalition eyes now turn to other strategic goals. As I returned to Bandar Abbas this morning, we were met with a constant flow of US and British tanks and attack helicopters heading out on operation. Their destination unknown, but the results are expected to be just as deadly. This is Andrew Parker for NG News, reporting from Iran.
Okay. So, as you heard, we were able to push into Iran further and start attacking behind enemy lines as we were doing with our previous mission, Charlie Romeo. So now the U.S. ground forces have now done a heavy push north into Iran. And yeah, we got U.S. Cav and British infantry units and supported by the 12th Combat Aviation Brigade have pushed up in. So they pushed into this Halil Valley, which is this green area here, looking at this image. So they're pushing into Jiroft, the city here, right here, and we have the Jiroft airport. That is the main city in that valley. Spins have not changed. ROE for CAS is still the same. This is going to be more applicable for today. We're going to definitely be doing more CAS on this mission. Weather, a little bit gusty, some slight cloud cover, 6,000 to about 12,000, but not too bad. Mission summary. For us, we'll report at Waypoint Marshall or at the Marshall Point south of the Halil Valley and provide CAS to the requested assault on Jiroft. So we're going to be Gunman 1-1, and we got Wingman Gunman 2-2. As you remember from the previous mission, we had 2 members go down on the previous mission. One was recovered, one was not, and is presumed KIA. Sweet. So we're going to go through the waypoints up until we get to Marshall, contact probably Whiplash, or yeah, we'll contact Whiplash and get taskings from Whiplash, which is the ASOC. Mission specifics. So this is going to be helping us build an overlay of this battle. This is going to be the first one that really is going to talk about this. Multiple phase lines. We got phase line blue, which is going to be the start point for ground forces. Then we have phase line orange, or also known as objective alpha, is part of phase line orange. And then we have phase line red, which is pushed up into Jiroft itself. More in-depth around the information for the fight here. We got multiple routes. So we have route Belgium and route Colombia. As you can see, Colombia is here and Belgium is this road. And then we have route Australia and Denmark to get over from Colombia to objective alpha near phase line orange. So those are going to be the routes that they're going to be driving up. In addition, we've got, and you can kind of see those different routes here. We have objective Bravo and Charlie that are closer to phase line red, which are on the outskirts of the Jiroft area. Once we push into Jiroft itself, that's when we'll get a lot more phase lines. We'll have red south and red north, which is this main MSR here. And then we have these different roads here with Hungary, India, Japan, and Korea being these roads flowing along that red phase, or that red north-south line. And then you have Egypt, Finn, and Ghana are flowing to the north, so kind of east-west, north-northeast for those. And then we have even more. So yeah, on the north side. So this is going to be very important when we're talking to those ground forces in order to get SA on where they're at and where they're wanting us to look. Here's our flight plan out there. Yep, we're going to be taking off way to the south, got to cross the strait, and then come on up. Threats, it's going to be usual. So there's expecting at the airport an SA-6. Otherwise, it's AAA manpad are the standard. Sweet. So, we'll get into the game, see what loadouts we have in order to fully assess what we're going to be doing. Then, our weapons loadout I'm not going to worry about it until we get into game to look at the weapons loadout and our actual knee boards that we have. But overall, it's very much get to the point, get up and see what's going on. Okay. Here we go. As usual, we're going to get everything started, warmed up, going. That APU running, drop the canopy. The radio's up. Get them on the presets. Sweet. Reset there.
Tower, Gunman 2-1 requesting startup. Gunman 2-1, you are cleared for startup.
Sweet. Left engine going real quick here.
Pull up, pull up.
Let's see what our weapon loadout is currently.
Altitude, altitude.
God, we got a lot of Mavericks. To be honest, we are going to change one thing. I'm going to throw a set of those on that side. Because to be honest, having that there is kind of unrealistic. And I'm going to go heavy flare. Sweet.
Request rearming. Copy.
And I missed doing the full get up there.
Rearming complete.
Load all. Sorry, adjusting my track IR real quick. Take a look at the map. Khasab. Not have a TACAN. But Banderabas does, let's put 78 as attacking, just so we got something in there. Good, there we go. Okay. And you make sure we have a piece of paper for this one, because unlike other missions, this one will get pretty heavy into CAS, so we'll need to be writing down a bunch of stuff. Still waiting for everything else to load. Sweet. We can get into the knee boards real quick here. We got Gunman flight. I got rid of both the GBU-12s. I took an extra thing of APKWs. Technically, we got 2 sets of these. So that's the one modification that I threw in. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably need to take GBU-12s. We'll take 1 GBU-12.
Request
We'll
rearming.
readjust this. I kind of F that up. Because technically having that center rack is an unrealistic loadout for the A-10s. Okay, that is very, very interesting. I didn't even get the engine started because I forgot to reset my throttles. So we haven't even been starting engines.
Rearming complete.
Okay, rearming's complete. This, there, boom, boom, load. Load all again. Just reload. Thought it was awfully quiet. A waypoint, anchor point, throw that in the HUD, and then back to offset. Bullseye, boom there. Throw that into that. Pad will be now MGRS. Targeting pod, clear that. Sweet, engine 1 started, go to engine 2, boom. EACS is up. That other engine running, sweet. Cool, here's going to be our frequencies. That'll be important to know. Yes, we want all these marked. No, they're on the next pages. Those are all going to be good to go. I do know that other people have asked me a while back to explain this and go through my threat guide and probably post it. I can explain it later. It's pretty simple. We'll talk about it on the way out. So I marked that. Cool. And bump up on that one. Yep. Sweet. Let's get our taxi clearance.
Tower, Gunman 2-1 ready to taxi.
Chief,
Shocks.
remove the wheel chocks. Copy.
Gunman 2-1, good for taxi to
Wheel
runway
chocks are
01.
now removed.
Sweet.
Copy tower, runway 01. 2-1 requesting takeoff. Gunman 2-1 cleared for takeoff.
Okay, clear for takeoff. Speedo heat set. Ejection seats armed. Lineup checks are complete. Turned out here. Expedited taxi. Keep her rolling here. Power up. Engines are green, no ACOSs. Or not ACOS, jeez. Enunciators. Take off 70 knots, nose wheels off. 100. 130. 140, rotate. Climbing away. Gear up, flaps up. Increasing speed. On
2-1 airborne.
180. Okay. Sweet. Go ahead and set that. And so just as a heads up, a lot of the comms for this one are going to be pretty somber because of one guy going down. But let's go ahead and look again. So we got 238s. We got two different types of APKWs here. We got the multi-purpose and then the high explosive. We got 4 different AGM-65 Deltas and 1 times GBU-12, along with AM-9s and a jammer. So I'm doing kind of an expedited climb here. Or not expedited climb. I'm doing a zoom climb. Not even really a zoom climb. Jeez, I can't speak my words. So basically, I'm choosing to go distance over climbing quickly. I'm only climbing at 200 feet per minute right now. Or sorry, 2,000 feet per minute. But I'm flying at 220, which means I'm getting to my point faster. So it's more of a drive. I'm picking airspeed to get moving to where I want to be first. Okay. Looking at this, we're going to eventually climb up to 15, so we're just going to keep this going as soon as we hit this point.
Gunman 2-1 approaching waypoint 1. 2-2 form on me. Copy lead. Climb to Angels 15, set heading for waypoint 2.
Okay. So, intermittent with all this. So, let's go through. So, this is a table that I made.
You spoke to the boss today, Steve?
Oh, jeez. Okay, we'll let them go through this conversation.
Yeah, I saw him this morning. How's he holding up? He's mending nicely. He'll be back in the saddle in a couple of days. That's good. Did you talk about mono? Not much, but I can tell it's bothering him. How are you doing, Ronnie? Trying not to think about it. I'll do plenty of that when I'm back home. But for now, I'm keeping my mind on the business to be done. That said, I'm glad that guy blew that SC-11 to shit.
Okay. So, going through this quick card for the A-10 that I have. So, basically, it's a listing of all the different SA systems outside of some of the only, like, Chinese system that I have is the HQ7 in here. There are a lot more Chinese systems, so I probably should update this and make a new one. This is my own personal one. I used a spreadsheet in order to make this. But, so you got the standard Russian systems. It'll tell you if it's considered to be a what type of system it is. Well, first, sorry, it'll tell you the RWR, and then the type of system, and then if it has an applicable jammer mode for the A-10, which will be right here represented. So SAM-1, 2, AAA, and Air. That's the applicable jammer mode that's best to combat that system. And then a countermeasure mode or program that is best to combat that system as well. So right here, I have it in mic right now. And the reason why I've got it in mic, and I'll explain this, I'll explain the reason for mic later when it comes to the fence in time. But you got Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and I'll show you guys that when I talk about the mic program. I'll show you where on my kneeboards I have those. Then you have ranges. So you have a min range and then you have a max range. These are all in nautical miles. So for instance, if you get within 3 miles of an SA-3, it won't be able to shoot because it just will not be able to lock on within that range. So if you can get low and then get in tight, then you can and stay within. So the SA-2 and SA-3 can't lock on within that 3 miles or so. But then you have some other missile systems that are much more capable and can shoot at like low distance. So very hard to beat, especially like the AAA. Then you have altitude. Technically, I only put max altitude on here, but you also have what's called a min altitude too, that they can target. But that's kind of hard to find for DCS, so I just kind of just left a max altitude. This is really applicable when you know you can overfly and drop bombs on it. So for instance, the SA-8, yes, it's 21,000, but you can get up there and throw a bomb and hit it. Obviously the IR stuff, they're not going to be able to shoot that high, so you can get over the top of it. But then again, you've got stuff like the SA-5, which is 131,000 feet, or the SA-10 and 11, which is like, yeah, there's no way an A-10's ever going to be dealing with that. And even sometimes the SA-15 is, if we are loaded up, kind of hard for us to deal with. Sweet. So that, and this also includes, in case you go on to other servers where you're dealing with SAM systems that, or other servers where you have Patriot and US SAM systems that you're going up against, they're also on here. And then these asterisk ones are part of the high digit SAM mod pack as well. Pretty nasty stuff. Okay, so talking about the countermeasure systems. And actually, before I get into the countermeasure systems, I'm going to go and do these audios. And we're leveling off.
We've made good progress on the ground the last few days.
Yeah, it looks like the Iranian army's been done on a speed bump.
I thought it would be harder going, given the terrain.
Yeah, same here. You would have thought Iran would turn those valleys into kill zones.
Hard for Iran to do anything with the amount of air we've got pounding them.
To the right, you see the tillage from the kill boxes?
Bit distasteful keeping score, don't you think, Ronnie?
Maybe. So you've seen them then?
Of course I have. Hogs leading the way as always.
Looks like over 300 vehicles of one kind or another killed in just 2 days.
Yeah, the kill boxes really lived up to their name. Nothing in them survives.
Okay, let's do the other one, and then I'll get into the countermeasure
You've seen
systems.
the intel reports about the IRGC?
No, why? What do they say?
Not a lot, which is causing a lot of concern.
How's that?
Well, there's no way we've killed 250,000 IRGC troops, yet there's not been much seen or heard of them recently.
So we think they're up to something?
Exactly. Remember, their speciality is asymmetric warfare, and we think the Quds Force were involved with the Dubai attacks.
What do you think they're planning?
I don't know, but I'm not looking forward to finding out.
Okay, so as you can see, you have different countermeasure systems, and there is a recommendation on this kneeboard that I use that you can have it set for older systems, or like say program A is for older radar systems, program B is for newer radar systems. Basically, it's a set of chaff and flare, or sorry, a set of chaff that is that it's going to be slow launching the flares, or slow launching the chaff. Geez, I can't speak. For those older radar systems in order to try to defeat it. You have to maneuver with the chaff in order to help bloom or help be able to mask yourself. And then you have fast for new radar systems. You've got a Charlie, which is slow flares, and that's going to be for infrared. And then you have, and that's 40. Then you have a mixed bag, which is going to be Delta. So that's going to be when you have multiple threat systems. And Echo and Foxtrot and Golf are also those, depending on the situation. Then you have singlets, but technically you have your CMDS left or forward and aft buttons, which we can go to those real quick. So your CMDS forward and aft for your single shots, and then you have 6 left and right as well. But then you have what's down here is slow chaff and slow flare at 20. I'm gonna use what I like to do is I set mic for when I'm ingressing. I will set this to semi, so if I do get any active radar hits, it will change it automatically, and then I'm the one pressing the button. But what then that allows me to do is, as I'm about to pickle, go over the target area, I can throw out chaff or throw out flare for at least 20 seconds while I'm maneuvering, dropping the bomb and maneuvering over the target area, so it already starts countering the IR missiles that could be potentially, particularly like the man pads and different things like that. Sweet. Probably be up with Overlord. Well, it hasn't mentioned anything, but we're far enough away from Khasab to not really have that. He's close enough now. I can push up the throttle. Keep on raging in. So, let's take a look at this combat area that we're going to be looking into. So, first things first. I think I like that map better. So we're gonna set that to manual, because yeah, then I get this map. That's my primary map overlooking. So if we look at our waypoints here on this one, so 5 is our marshal point, so that's gonna be up
let's
here.
check in with Overlord.
And 6 is going to be the SA-6. Hopefully that gets taken out. Sweet. We're on with
Gunman
Overlord.
2 on his feet dry at waypoint 2. Any remarks?
Gunman 2, while you're clear to proceed, make contact with Whiplash when on station. We have reports of additional point air defenses around phase line orange. Make sure you hold behind phase line blue until tasked.
Copy all, Overlord. Gunman 2-1.
Sweet. We're gonna do this. We're then going to cycle this to Jiroft. And we're going to go down. So that puts that in inertial mode. And then back up here, and now we can go back to waypoint 3. Cool. Sweet. So as we get closer in, then we'll go ahead and set the rest of our stuff up. Now that we're feet wet, let's go ahead and do our fencing. So we're gonna go Mavs are on. Laser gun and packs are on. We got fuel. We got this now in semi, and we are 9.7 on the fuel. Everything else is looking good. We're going to be doing quite a bit of programming here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to set up an IP point. First things first is what I'm going to do is we know that this SA-6 is in the target area, so that's waypoint 6. Waypoint 6 is actually 6, so we're going to go 6 on here. Oops. 6 into here. So then that pulls up Jiroft 1. And then what we're going to do now is we can then type in IP, put that in. So now we have IP here. And then I'm going to put TG1, TG2, TG3 in. So that was sorry, no, I didn't mean to mess with that, but I got that to work one time, but it's not one to do it. Okay, let's just do this. Oh, I didn't realize I had that on. Fudge. I don't know how long that's been lazing. Okay. So now that we got that in, 12 is our IP. So and 15's TGT3. Okay, so then that allows me to understand that. Then what I can do is from here we can go ahead and we'll put AOR
Man, look at the wall of desert.
there, and we're gonna put
If you
5.
squint a bit, it almost looks like Nevada.
You've been an Ellis steep.
12.
Yeah, did a red flag in 2008 in the tornado. Quite an experience.
I bet. Not yet had the chance myself. I know one who did one. He used to tell some stories.
Yeah, I bet he did.
All this desert. Around is pretty big, isn't it?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, unfortunately, with a lot of ground to cover, and with the scud hunt diverting assets is never as much in any one place as we want.
Sweet.
Yeah, I thought the Tuscan over Jiroft looked too light. I mean, we have a major offensive underway and just a handful of aircraft to support. Not quite the overwhelming airpower we were promised. Damn politics.
I know, but remember, we're the guests here. If the Emirates or Saudi or Qatar want our help on something, then I think CENTCOM is going to try and help. And for us, that
Let's
means
go
more
ahead
the
and
action.
cycle this function to
Making
waypoint.
sure every shot counts.
Go function. Offset. There we go. Ooh, that's an interesting tower.
Steve, check it down. Got an eagle egress in the AO.
We'll go ahead and just do a mark alpha
Copy.
there.
Allow 2,000 feet vertical separation.
So what they're talking about here is these two guys right here. Can't tell what that smoke is. Let's zoom this up a little bit because I'm getting a little bored. Okay, make sure we're listening to the radio.
Oh, no, damn it. Lead, I got a problem.
What's up, Ronnie?
I've lost all my primary instrumentation. HUD's gone. I'm heads down on everything.
Copy 2-2. Abort an RTB. I'll push on alone.
Copy. Sorry, Steve.
Chicken shit. No, it's probably true. Okay. Let's get to this point. Okay, now that we're headed this way, let's go here. And we can hit function. Let's go flight plan mode. Manual. That. There we go. Sweet. Let's go 12. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually pulling them back to the ground to make it but it's not up in the air. Let's go ahead and contact Whiplash, which is
Whiplash, Gunman
channel
2-1 on
1.
station with 1x A-10.
Copy, Gunman 2-1, gonna have you. Looks like it's gonna be a full afternoon. I've tasking for you, but before that I need you to hold the Marshal, south of phase line blue. We've got a missile salvo ready to go. You don't want to be in the way.
No, I don't.
Copy, holding south of blue.
Okay, putting it into out. Getting in the bank turn here. Now we can start kind of looking around for some targets. Just start looking around here. Yeah, a wing. That's what we got. And back up the power to 15. That's going to be our holds. Our hold setting. Oh man, we got this cloud right where we're at, don't we? Hopefully I can still see down and underneath it. And there's kind of a cloud there too. Okay, so let's now orient this map. So the reason why I do this is, so I hit China Hat forward to expand. So now we can then see baseline blue is down here. So that's this area here, which we are well south of right now. Baseline orange is going to be this road here. SA6 active, jammer on. So that's a long press with the CMDS. You can tell that my jammer is now operating. So in reality, I would go hog or whatever, gunman 2-1 buzzer on. So now we can see we got this road here. We got Belgium over this road here, and then Australia this way. So we have Belgium just to the left of where my targeting pod is. So let's kind of just route screen that. Okay, that's well north of phase line. So let's reset and let's kind of look around here again. Supposedly there's an intersecting road here.
Gunman 2-1, Whiplash. Go ahead, Whiplash. Okay, let's get down to business.
Okay. Getting ready for tasking.
We're currently pushing on phase line orange. Advanced elements from the Brit armor have been hit by AT positions covering the approach from Belgium. Their position is approximately 3 miles southwest of Alpha. The main force is holding a couple of clicks short. Make contact with their FAG. Call sign Anvil 22. Frequency is 45.8 FM. Copy, Whiplash. 45.8.
Okay, so if we go back to our handy dandy thing here, Anvil 22 is channel 6. Hopefully that's correct. So
Anvil 22, this is Gunman 2-1. 1 times A-10, AGM 65, GBU 12 and 38. Gun targeting pod. Ready for tasking.
oh,
Gunman 2-1, welcome to the party.
oh, that was that
All three
TV mask.
IFDs have stacking missiles on the roads leading to Orange. They've already walloped us once. I need you to clear the route for us. All 3 targets are located around a group of buildings on the west side of Belgium. Let me put your eyes on. Copy. Ready for talk on. Locate our position. We are on Belgium, north of blue. Marking with green smoke.
Okay, I'm gonna start flowing west, so then I can just keep eyes on this. Okay, we gotta look for blue smoke out here. Or sorry, green smoke. Green smoke. Spotted.
Visual. Follow the road north for 1 mile. You should see a village on the west side of the road. The enemy position is located around the buildings closest to the road.
Got it. So that's going to be Echo Sierra 759945776.
Tally target. Alpha 22. Ready for 9 line? Taiwan control. Gunman 2-1. Stand by. TV mast, ridgeline west of Australia. 2, heading 09 Be advised, manpad system sighted in target area. Clearance to engage will be given on final approach.
Okay. We'll head over. So right now, let's get our IP set up. So 388-46601. Sweet, that's our mass. And this is going to be target 1, so we're going to go 13 here. And we got that at 7599-4576. Set. And checks. Sweet, we got 3 times BMPs. So we got 1, 2, and 3. We'll try to do 3 times MAV shots. Yeah. These are our man pads. And final attack heading is going to be 090. That is set. So what we'll look to do is we'll cross the IP, which we can go ahead and set in here. IP is set. Cool. Go ahead, flight plan, this, page up, and we'll just, there we go. We don't need this for the rest of this part. We got our 9 lines set. They didn't give us any weapons restrictions, so we get to go hog wild on that, so to speak. So, Mavericks are set. Got eyes, first target there. Fudge. Did not mean to do that. Yeah, that SA6 supposedly down. I'm getting 6 and 15 indications still. Okay, let's go ahead and turn in. Okay, and we'll wait till we're, go ahead and throw this there. Crossed.
Gunman 2 went on final. Command C1, you're cleared hot.
One, 3, 5. 5 out. Okay, we got 3 maps off by 5 miles. 1's down. 2's down. 3's down.
Gunman 2-1 off target. All targets destroyed. Good work, Gunman 2-1. Gunman 2-1, we're moving forwards. Are you okay to stay on freak? Copy, Anvil 2-2. I'm going to hold south of Orange. Contact me if you need me. Copy that. Likewise, let me know if you spot any threats.
So, phase line orange there. Switch back over to this. We are south of phase line orange still. Oh, I was looking at the wrong path. Oh, I looked at Australia instead of Belgium. Let's get turned around here. We need to slow up a bit. Expand out just a little bit here. So we're good right there, like that. Okay, so we can see where we're looking. So what we're going to do is we're going to look up this road here. Oh, shoot. That's a little cheating gamesmanship here. But come on. How far north am I looking now? Oh, fuck. Let's flow back over to TV Mass just to see if we can see anything that way. Keep eyes on this road. Oh, that's a tank there.
Anvil 2-2, danger. Hold the column.
Oh, where's that not a tank? Fuck. Oh, no, that is a tank.
Holding Gunman 2-1. What are you seeing? I've got 2 T-72s in a tree line directly west of Alpha on Belgium. Request permission to engage. Okay then, Time 2 control remains. I don't have to tell you on target, so that's down to you. Use the same IP as the previous attack. Egress from 135 again. Contact me on final.
That one's really hidden. These guys aren't moving, so let's go ahead and just use GBU-12. Or, sorry, 38s. Or to be honest, let's do one map shot. That'll take out one, then we can get updated target location on the other. Maybe switch to a GB-12 to finish them. Primary target's going to be that. Go a little bit past this. Oh, we can turn in this way.
Gunman 2-1 on final. Gunman 2-1, you're cleared hot.
Okay. Gonna move it all? Nope, it's still holding still, so drop. Pickle. Oh, dang. What in the fudge? Did it blow itself up? Because that was definitely not my bomb drop. Okay, need to go 135. Technically out. Set. Close enough. Gonna wait for that timeout for that bomb drop because, yeah, that was weird. That was a heavy DCSism. There's that additional explosion. Boom. Done. And
Gunman 2-1 off target. Target's destroyed. Copy, Gunman 2-1. We owe you one. We're back on the move.
okay, going back to Whiplash.
Whiplash, Gunman 2-1. Tasking complete. Copy, Gunman 2-1. Pull back to phase line blue and wait for the tasking.
Yeah, we'll just keep flowing this way then. Let's just get direct to the IP nether mast on that side. That one mentioned? Okay. Make sure I'm on the frequency with Whiplash.
Gunman 2-1, Whiplash.
Let's go ahead and get a hold here.
Go ahead, Whiplash. Gunman 2-1, we have urgent troops in contact east of Objective Alpha. Their JTAC is Hammer 4-1, frequency 52.6 FM. Copy, Whiplash, 52.6. 2-1 is inbound. Hammer 4-1, this is Gunman 2-1, A-10, inbound on your position. Sit rep. Gunman 2-1, we've been ambushed by a large infantry force. We're pinned down and in danger of being overrun. Hammer, are you able to withdraw? Negative. We have wounded to recover and damaged vehicles. We need to wait for relief to arrive. Armour is 10 minutes out, but we need urgent air support now. Our position is 1 mile east of Alpha on a road running north from Denmark, dropping orange smoke in our position. Let me know when
Should be over in this area. Waiting for orange smoke. Copy. Got it.
Visual orange smoke. Time 1 control. Stand by for mainland. 1. Comms tower southeast of our position on Columbia. 2. 330. 3. 3 miles. 4. 2,070 feet. 5. Infantry. 6. Tree line 300 feet east of our position. 7. No mark. 8. Friendlies 300 feet west of orange smoke. 9. Egress 090. 2070 feet. Infantry in the trees east of orange smoke. Read back correct. Use cannon. Danger close. Commander's initials GW. Put your fire east of the orange smoke. Repeat, east of the orange smoke. Copy Hammer 4-1. Lay down cannon east of the orange smoke. Contact me on final approach for clearance to fire.
IP2. There we go. Okay, sweet. Let's roll in. Get attack heading. Three 330 in. Okay, I've got an idea of where they're at. You said east? Oh, there they are.
Tally target. Cleared hot. Tally target. Cleared hot.
Dude, these clouds are absolutely freaking terrible right now.
Tally target. Cleared hot. Gunman 2-1, we lost another Hummer. Keep up the pressure. Tally target. Cleared hot. Off target. Make another pass, Gunman 2-1.
I was firing rockets. Anyways, I was kind of cheating. Even though they wanted guns. Why is that SA-6 active? What fudge is that? Power, there it is. Okay.
Tally target. Cleared hot. Keep up the pressure, Gunman 2-1. We're scoring good hits, but they keep coming. Keep hitting that tree line. Make another pass, Gunman 2-1. Tally target. Cleared hot. Off target. Make another pass, Gunman 2-1.
Dear Lord. They're dead. Fudge.
Gunman 2-1, the cavalry is here. Situation is under control. We can take it from here. Thanks, Gunman 2-1. Hammer out.
Golly. That was a little ridiculous. Let's get back up to 15.
Whiplash, Gunman 2-1. Hammer 4-1's position is secure. I am RTB for weapons and fuel. Copy, Gunman 2-1. Good work. Whiplash out.
Okay, there's that. Oh, I'm all heavy on one side right now. Okay. Let's push up the speed here, get to 10,000. Got 100 until level. Just fly back at 10,000. There we go. Because we got more than enough gas. And let's expedite this. So, overall, I mean, like, I did a little bit of a cheapskate thing by... let's reset this. Exit that. Make sure on freak with Overlord. We are.
2-1 here, Overlord.
Gunman 2-1, Whiplash is requesting as much air support as possible. We need you to rearm and refuel and report back to Whiplash as quick as possible. You are to land at Bandar Airport. Return the aircraft to that immediately and get airborne.
Sweet. So, what we're going to
Copy,
do...
Overlord. Are they expecting me?
Affirmative. Bandar Tower is waiting for call and frequency is 122.4.
Copy, Overlord. 122.4. 2-1 out.
Sweet. So, what we're going to do is... type in... endure... and then 122.4 frequencies. There we go. And we got that.
Bandar Tower, this is Gunman 2-1, inbound for resupply. Gunman 2-1, you are clear for approach to runway 21 right. Contact us at 10 miles, use TACAN 78 X-ray.
Oh, shit.
Contact at 10, Gunman 2-1.
So... quick egress. Bander is in there. Sweet. Let's pull up map info. Bander boss. Got runway 21, which is we can then. Where's the tack end? Tack end's this way. So what we're going to do be reciprocal heading. So it says 019. So then plus 180. So that's a 199 intercept for final there. Back end. .199 heading. There we go. That should intercept final there. Sweet. We'll level off going 12 then. Actually, we'll level off here. And expedite this up. Get rid of that hack. Gotta hit your egress points though. Okay, sweet. Going in. Still no tack in, but we are pretty low, and the way it looks is this mountain right here, this ridge line's blocking the tack in right now from us. But the way that we can then hear that is we pull this, and we can start hearing the frequency. Once we start hearing the frequency, then we can frickin' start following it. Sweet, we got it. We gotta call them at 10 miles.
Warning, autopilot.
Sweet, we're at 12 miles. The land is roughly at what? Pretty low to the ground, so start our descent at 10 as well. We might do a TRP from 12 onto it. Runway appears to be clear. We got good tack in. Sweet. There we go. And then contact them.
Tower Gunman 2-1 requesting permission to land. Gunman 2-1, clear for landing, runway 21 right.
Sweet. Cool. 2-1 right. Do I not need to reply? Jeez, fucking throws me off. Okay, so we're going to be doing a right brake for this 2-1 right TRP down from 12,000. We're going to reposition ourselves on the runway, or lined up with the runway here. Okay, and here. All flaps. All speed brake. And we're in the brake. Coming down. We're dropping her hard and fast. Right now we're 150. We need to stay below 180 on the descent here. Runway is not clear. Fuck.
Altitude, altitude.
Asshole.
Gunman 2-1, taxi to resupply at the south terminal. Copy, south terminal. Gunman 2-1.
Jeez, okay, I gotta wait for him to freaking get by. What in the world are you doing? Jeez. I went over the top of him. Fucking Hornets. Yeah, if I remember right, park behind the resupply trucks. There we go. So exit when ready. Sweet. Cool. Biggest things before we get to the overall debrief. Was able to do correct actions in order to defeat. So, way it looks, we took out one air defense, so probably a man-pad or something in the AO. It only had a score of 75? Huh. Okay, that's interesting. But, took out 27 ground vehicles. No blue losses. Cool. End mission? Sweet. Oh, sorry, the overall was 100. Cool. So now let's go to TAC view for this, and we can run through a quick TAC view debrief of what we did. Sweet. So we took off out of Khasab, kind of did some fuel or rearrangements. We talked about that threat card that I have, the threat knee board. Then we got Overland fenced in. Then 2 had some mechanical issues with the HUD and sights and stuff, so they RTB'd, or so he RTB'd. At that point, we had the 15 Charlies fly overhead, and here's that SA-6 that we had in the AO. So you can kind of see the fight right now. We got our blue force line here, and then they're going to push up. We're in our hold. There was the missile fires. Ooh, they took a hit. I thought they were taking out that SA-6, but I guess not. Cool. The SA-6 is still up. We got our first 9 line here. So this is a man pad plus those vehicles. So let's slow this down here real quick and we can kind of take a look at this. Yep, so we got the BMP infantry and then we got the man pad. So we had those 3 BMP. Our targets for this 9 line were the 3 BMPs, so we went after just them. If we got splash damage, we got splash damage. That was all nice. Okay, so I turned inbound. Setting up on that heading, let's do a little bit of, so first shot's out at roughly 8 miles to the target, which is good. My heading is 09.4, so attack heading was dead on for this attack. Got all 3 Mavericks out, and was able to turn out at roughly about 6 miles from the target area, which is nice since they did warn of man pads in the AO. So we took out them. Then we stayed up the Freak with Anvil 2-2 for them pushing up that red line. I did do a little bit of a cheat, and I saw that there was T-72s. FYI, I have played these missions before, so I knew there was T-72s further up the road. I scanned way too far and then reset back. I realized this orbit that I was doing, I was masked for too much of the amount of time just to make sure. So then I cut straight back over to the IP assuming that we were going to use the same IP. Ended up finding the targets, had them halt. They only got to our previous target area, which was nice. And then we reinitiated the 9 line. It was pretty much as the same, same targets. My targets for lines 5 and 6. And Maverick assessed. Ooh, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. That Apache took my kill. That's what ended up happening. GBU-38 in there. Yeah. Sweet. Then we pushed back out to Whiplash. They kept pushing in, pushed back to Whiplash, and then some other stuff kicked off. So these guys here started getting attacked. So let's do a pause. Oops. So I know he said guns, but yeah, I went ahead and used rockets initially, specifically APKWs, because then I could keep the accuracy, and I was putting them to the north. That's where I did not like their call. They said to the east. Technically, that was a little bit more to the north. Well, northeast of them, that type of thing. So they only have like 3 or 4 left. I end up firing some more rockets in. It is extremely danger close with these guys, so I'm literally just firing at the tree line here. So resetting up. And they're all dead, and now I'm firing guns at this point. Making sure, one, I knew there was man pads in the AO. So we have 2 sets of man pads here, and what I'm doing is fire, 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 guns, 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 boom, flares out, flares, 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 all the way through the turn, keeping those man pads from being able to initially lock on me. So that's why for that. We ended up doing this last one. They said that they were good because reinforcements arrived. Oop, there were some more bad guys that spawned back in right then, but we were told that we were cleared to RTB. And then you got to see me get the ad hoc change of that we're going to Banderbas instead of Khasab. So I kind of set that up. You guys saw me look at the map and set that up. Then we, I elected for a TRP, stay high at 12,000 feet that we were at. Oh, so they emergency returned in. Opposite runway. Oh, they taxied back. And so see how, geez, I had to skirt around him. So if we look at this TRP here, so what I did was departure into the run, or approach into the runway, slowed down, let everything speed back, get the configuration, and then just drop the nose. I'm also doing a slip in as well, and you can see the vertical speed. I am down to almost 7,000 feet per minute. So that means if I'm at 12,000 feet, or I'm down in a minute and a half, technically. But just keeping it, and I straighten out here to make sure I'm hitting my bench point here. Do a couple more flares since I'm outside, and then I saw that I was cleared 2-1 right, and he's there. So that means I'm dodging him, and I dodged him. But sweet. So that's the mission. I will see you guys back for the part 2 of this same one. See ya.